Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I've got to get this off my chest right now. We're possibly covering Avenged Sevenfold's best song today. Now, again, that's like a very... That's going to relieve a lot of room for questioning, because I will absolutely say from the bottom of my heart is that I have absolutely no idea. But what I do know is that because of my previous track records with this song in particular, it's one of those ones where it doesn't just live in my head rent-free. It's something that you almost quote day by day. And Hail to the King is just that. It is like it's a very iconic metal song, and it's also sort of a giant staple for not just about where this came from, but also what it basically foretells for the rest of the album. Since, for those who don't know, Hail to the King is literally Avenged Sevenfold sort of tribute to some of the great songs of the past. So previously we had Shepherd of Fire, which was largely inspired by Sympathy for the Devil. And following up from this, ladies and gentlemen, is that we go straight to Hail to the King, which is, a lot of people explain, is very, very much inspired by the likes of Motorhead. Specifically, Bow Down to the King. Now, what is also really interesting is just, well, actually, to be honest, if you don't exactly know where this is coming from, I think maybe we ought to change that. So, for those who have never heard of Hail to the King before, you are in for a treat. And even if you're not a big Motorhead fan like I am, hell, I got the whole jacket to prove it, then get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we're about to go on a little journey. So anyway, if you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. So let's begin. Hail to the King in 3 now. you know what? Even just sitting here enjoying it almost doesn't even do it justice again, because, and I wish there was like a really polite way of putting this, but it's, again, I can't quite bring myself to explain myself about how this, it not only has the hallmarks of a classic in the making, but also I think just the idea that they had for just a base for doing something like Motorhead, putting it first and foremost, is absolutely what they had going for it, because I think it's literally the absolute, this song right here is literally, it is literally, it literally incumbent. Okay, let's back up. What technically is Hail to the King about? It is essentially it's about you, ladies and gentlemen. It's about you arising from the ashes, arising from suppression, from patriarchy, or from a world that has thrown you and all around you into chaos. It is about you rising, ladies and gentlemen, and claiming the throne for your people. You are to be the one, and you will stand in the sun. And that's kind of like almost where you would argue immediately, because this, ladies and gentlemen, this is sort of like, it goes like an entirely separate, like a field again. I mean, I was talking a lot about things that I just straight up almost like quote inadvertently on a daily basis, and something I try to like work into like every single like piece of writing I do. I somehow try to work in the line, there is no mercy from the edge of the blade, because again, not only because of how sharp and poignant and edgy that line is, I just think it's really cool, because for the sight of it, it almost brings up the idea of like almost like one of the four horsemen is about to draw a sword and he's about ready to cut someone's head off. It has a lot of like dark, foreboding, almost medieval ideas in through its presentation, through things like kings, warfare, blood, like dare escape and learn the price to be paid. Let the water flow with shades of red now, arrows black out all the light. And then, like I said before, death is riding into town with armor. They've come to grant you your rights. So in that, when you're balls to the wall, ladies and gentlemen, and you are put against a corner, and if you have absolutely no other option whatsoever, then you just straight up have to get this in place, because I cannot get into. I can't get my head around the fact that it's such a. It sounds like a simple idea to do something about, you know, like kings and queens, and do about knighthood, chivalry, and the triumph over the darkness. And Avenged Sevenfold have just about managed to do every single one of those perfect. And I genuinely almost almost keep forgetting each time when I come back to listen to it that it is as good, if not better, than I remember it from the last time. Because this song is just awesome. It's hot. Maybe it is the best Avenged Sevenfold song out there. But then again, if I did every single Sevenfold song ever made, and I did like a tier list, Hail to the King would go either at the top or second from the top. But again, that's also just down to certain things about whether you think it is. Will make for some very interesting discussions. So anyway, I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this reaction video to Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold. Please make sure to leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. What you guys felt of Hail to the King for yourselves. Did you perhaps think this was the best Avenged Sevenfold song they ever did? Or are there other things I am completely taken away from? Well, we'll see about that. Take care, and bye-bye for now.